You're listening to RazorCast, USA's hottest podcast, bringing you cutting-edge interviews from leading industry professionals.
Hello, everyone. This is Liz Harvey coming to you from our studios in New York City, where we are dedicated to bringing you top-quality advice from many of the leading expert professionals across the U.S. In today's episode, we are speaking with chiropractor Dr. Dennis James of Performance Chiropractic Clinic located in Keller, Texas. Dr. James is a nationally recognized chiropractor and member of both the American and Texas Chiropractic Associations. He is also a certified acupuncturist and fellow of the Acupuncture Society of America. Dr. James specializes in family chiropractic care, treating infants to seniors. Today we're going to talk about a very important topic, helping your kids achieve health naturally. Hi, Dr. James. How are you today?
I'm good, Liz. Thank you for having me on.
Well, thanks for joining me. So, when conducting a chiropractic exam on an infant, what are you looking for?
Well, we're looking for spinal stress that basically causes a neurological effect. And so many times that can happen as early as the birth stage. And if anybody's ever watched even a C-section, they tend to think that those are easier. But if you've seen one on YouTube, it can actually be quite a traumatic experience. And especially with the amount of neurological function up at the upper portion of the neck and the lower portion of the brain around that brainstem, if it's pulled right and stressed through there, there's many different things that can go on. And so the earlier that we can get that stress off of that nervous system, the more that we can ensure that that child's going to grow up and be healthy in the young stages and also have a healthy and satisfying life as they move forward as well.
Ear infections are a common problem for children of all ages. How can chiropractic help?
Well, the most important thing is to do the exam first to make sure that there's a spinal stress that can cause a neurological function in there that can be causing a problem of that nature. Now, kind of the way to understand it's very similar to a tree. When you're watering a tree from a hose, that water is going to be the nutrients that's needed for that tree to be vibrant. And the body works the same way, whether it's ear infections or colic or other things that tend to get better even though that we don't treat those directly because we're restoring the function. When you unkink the hose to that tree, over a period of time you start to see a tree that was wilted and not functioning real well start to come back to life just because of that water that's coming back. And the nervous system is the exact same way. When it is that we check the problem there and we see spinal nerve stress in that area that can affect a neurological issue, we go, hey, this is the area that we need to restore that function. We need to get it better. And not only do we sometimes see ear infections get better, but a host of things get better as well.
And many people suffer from seasonal and food allergies. In what ways does chiropractic treatment help?
Yeah, Liz, this is a fun one. It's really probably best to answer through testimonials. We had a couple patients here just in the last month that we were helping with that. And one of them came in because it was kind of the last straw. They went to a birthday party and just wasn't able to have any ice cream. And the daughter was upset. And we had the opportunity to help her. And the big thing is I want people to understand is we're not trying to get it to where you're just going to go eat this way all the time. There's a law of nutrition that you must follow. There's different coordinations that you must follow of what you're going to put in your body. But with that being said, there's also the 80-20 principle that if the body's nervous system is working properly, it should be able to adapt to stress. So just by eating a bowl of ice cream per se or something of that nature, it should be able to adapt to that and be able to handle it. Another patient that we just treated, which is one of my favorite ones lately, is she came in and the immune system was completely depleted. She was getting sick all the time, and they were tired of doing antibiotics and all that other type of stuff. And after restoring the function of what we had going on, the mom actually came in and told us that, hey, the nut allergies are gone, the dairy allergies are gone. She's able to have a normal diet again, which wasn't happening. And that's not even something that we knew was a main issue for her. We just knew we had to restore her function.
And kids experience aches and pains just like we do. Would a chiropractor be able to determine the source of the pain and help alleviate it naturally?
Absolutely. And my favorite part of that question is alleviate it naturally. Because in my opinion, we have a responsibility to train our kids in the way they should go. And there's different aspects of that physically, mentally, emotionally, and spiritually. And when we take a look at health, there's a lot of things that go with that. And kids are sometimes brought up right now that they said, Mom and Dad, I got a pain, I got this. And people run and they give them a drug. They give them a Tylenol, they give them an Advil. And the question I tend to think is, hey, what's going to happen in 10 years when the mom isn't there? Are they going to run to a higher drug, a higher pain medication that's in the cabinet? And then outside of that, are they going to maybe have some emotional issues and they're going to go to alcohol or other bigger types of drugs? So the opportunity to bring people in and train them that by restoring function of their body, it has the highest healing capacity and it can actually heal on its own. I believe we're training up in a natural way that teaches them to be healthy and not to rely on these things to cover up their problems, but to actually allow ourselves to heal the problem, so to speak, and to see them be healthy for a long time.
And lastly, can receiving regular chiropractic care help kids stay healthy?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, I mean, you take a look at kids, and one of the best things about kids is how flexible and pliable they are. But no matter how that is, I mean, if you have brothers, you have sisters, you see them wrestling around, you see them having falls on the playground, you see them having emotional stresses, things going on that are just so much to handle that can take a tax on that nervous system. And so everything that we can do to be able to take that stress off of the spine, to eliminate the inflammatory process that occurs on the inside, and to continue to keep it healthy so that the nervous system can work at the highest level, that's when the body has the ability to adapt to those stresses. That's when they're able to be more successful at what they do, whether it is sports, whether it is school, whether it is focus. They can supersede a lot of those things because the nervous system is working so well.
Well, thank you so much, Dr. James. We know you're extremely busy, so I just want to thank you for your time and your help today.
Absolutely. Thank you for having me on, Liz.
And for our listeners across the country, if you are interested in speaking with the doctor, please visit www.performancechiropractic.clinic or call 817-337-3636 to schedule an appointment. On behalf of our team, we want to thank you for listening, and we look forward to bringing you more top-quality content from our country's leading experts.
You've been listening to RazorCast, USA's hottest podcast, bringing you cutting-edge interviews from leading industry professionals.